gold beats the dollar hands down over the long haul. Sometimes it even beats the stock market. And most governments in the world realize this because it's bloody obvious. But to see what they are doing about it, you need to know where a country actually keeps its money, because that is what sets the price of gold, really, in the end. Reserves are a nation's savings. Every country has a pile of reserves, and that pile has to sit in something. For about 80 years, that something was mostly US Treasuries. A treasury is just you lending money to the American government and they give you a treasury. You hand over your cash, they pay you interest, and they give you your cash back in the end. So the world's savings always ended up as America's debt somehow. It's a beautiful arrangement, if you're America, that is. They print the money, they buy things with the money, and then people lend them the money back as a loan. It's crazy. And then to pay off the loan, they just print more bloody money. But at some point, a lot of countries got tired of this arrangement. I mean, what is in it for the other country? One, it gives America way more power. Two, America is obsessed with printing money. So even earning 4% per year in interest, it hardly beats inflation because America prints so much that the money just inflates. And more recently, everyone realized all at once that America could just kind of confiscate the dollars whenever it felt like it. Because in 2022, when Russia invaded Ukraine, America and Europe froze $300 billion of Russia's reserves. And every central bank saw this happen and said, oh, wait a second, if we ever piss off America, they can do the exact same to us. Nobody wants their savings sat somewhere that can be just like switched off. You might be asking, all right, but why gold? You know, why not the euro? Why not the yen or anything bloody else? Because they've all got the same problem. Somebody else prints them, and whoever prints it can freeze the money. Gold hasn't got an issuer at all. No one prints gold. That's why central banks have been dumping US treasuries and buying gold for the last 16 years. And we can see this when we look at the charts. Globally, US dollar reserves dropped from 72% in 2001 to 56% today because most countries are just getting out of the dollar. They're like, I don't want to hold this anymore. Except for the UK, by the way. They've increased their dollar holdings 4 times in that same period and stayed flat on gold for the last decade. I mean, but you know, the UK is special. But anyway, despite the de-dollarization drive, it's been very, very difficult to dethrone the dollar officially because it's not just about getting a better return. The dollar system is so integrated into global trade that removing it is like, have you seen Alien? You know, the movie Alien? It's like pulling the alien off of someone. It doesn't end well. But China has just said, screw it. We're going to try. We're going to try pull the alien off, which is an attack on the dollar. As if it needed any more attacks. It's not doing too well. I'm not sure if you've noticed. But more importantly for you and for me, it's a big win for gold. And in my personal opinion, I believe that it's going to make the last 25 years of gold's performance versus the dollar, which we talked about, it's going to make it look like a warm-up act. Quick thing before you go, I've written a free guide called How to Retire Before 2036. It's a full 10-year plan for anyone starting late. Get out of debt, invest properly, retire on time. Free download, link in the description.